Okay. What about now? Now can you hear me? We should be able to hear this now. Okay, we are good. LA Fishman, Dirty Draws, Old Rooster, good to see you guys. Welcome to the Starship Enterprise. I would, take the teleporter out here, but it's much more fun to, go and jump into the shuttle. Oh, this is also contributing to my complexity. Oops, my bad. Let's get out of here. There you go. Mission succeeded. I have now flown out of the USS Enterprise, just like I was wanted. That was kind of like my main mission to even build the Enterprise in the first place, so that I could fly out of it. All right. But let's see exactly how far we've come, shall we? Check it out, y'all. Isn't she a beaut? I like the lightning. Nice and dramatic. Hey, Mr. Black, what's happening? So we've had some shenanigans, ooh, occurring this weekend, and namely around the saucer section, because my God, this was interesting as hell to build. Hey, kaboom! What's happening? And Kitty, good to see you. My gosh, it's Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. I hope you guys had a good day of rest or whatever. However you do things over in your own countries. We had a day of rest there. Well, technically a day of rest. It was a day before school started, so I think we spent about 6 hours messing with my daughter's hair. Wow, so much work. Anyway, good morning. Hey, it's Chris Carnage. Kathy, good to see you. Now, I so wanted to work on the bridge today, but I'm still figuring out a couple of details here. But let's give you a proper tour. I have okay. I think I'm gonna wait until the um, sun rises to show you guys properly. But we've got a full saucer section, and this gave me so much hell. Um, I found out a lot of new information about building in circles, by the way. And the best thing that I can recommend is that if you're going to be doing something this big, especially when the pieces are, you're adding other pieces, because this is 30, no, this is 48 wide, 3/16. This is 48 wide for each section. So you got one, two, and three. The For some reason the alignment goes off. So I built like a quarter of it, thinking, okay, you know what, the measurements are precise. I'm not going to have a problem. But I did. I had a huge problem. I didn't realize it until I tried to bring the other side all the way around. It wasn't matching. When I tried to match them up in the middle, it it wasn't working either. Everything was wrong. It's I I I don't understand the all the intricacies of this, but I'll tell you right now. The first thing is one of the things that we discovered when we were doing the Star Destroyer is that if you're using one piece to turn, keep using that one piece. Do not switch between this piece, which is roof section B, monolithic trim 6B, and monolithic trim 6C. These are not the same. They don't even mirror each other properly. If you're going to be using any kind of turning, you pick one and you stick to that one. That will keep the same angle. Otherwise, your angle is going to skew. The On the Star Destroyer, we actually had the lines pretty much going off, and it was not matching up. It was only once we actually flipped it. That was the first thing. Um, the next piece. Oh my God, it's Sharice. Hey, good Sharice, so good to see you. The next thing was about the placement of it and working on it. Do you have to do it all? I had to do it all in one to get the circle to match up, because I had to start do it over here, do this section, then go over there, do that section, back and forth. Otherwise, it didn't match. And it was like the most frustrating thing ever, because the math should work. I mean, this is basic math, but it has been for ever since I've seen you, Sharice. Are you coming back to the game? But this is thing about Fortnite math, and Fortnite math doesn't math. It just doesn't do it. So, anyway, at least once I had the circle in, I was able to, begin figuring out the what the saucer should look like. So this is the point we're at right now, where we're finally managing to build out the actual saucer section of this. So I could go ahead and try to figure out the rest of the saucer, but I need my bridge. So I've started on that, at least catching it out. So we have our couple of stations here. Then we have a captain's chair, and I gotta now figure out the rest of this area. All of the computers here. There's a couple of doors and everything, but we should be able to have a really nice looking bridge by the time we're done, and it's a nice circular bridge. So all of the computer consoles and everything, they're going to be able to turn in here, mainly because of these angles here. I'm going to stick walls, or at least some flat panels on these guys, so that they do something like this. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is one of the advantages of having the circle in these blocks, that you can actually take the floor and attach the floor here, and according to where you place it on the rest of the floor, either above or below, but you can have a floating section that allows you to turn your pieces properly. If you have a back wall, you should be able to increase the height of it in some cases. So this is this is a work in progress. I may go off and try a couple things and come back to get this right, but we finally have a bridge. The rest of it now is just about getting in all of the plates and trying to make sure that this is covered nicely and looking good. Now, there was something else. Hey, Black Sauce! Okay, that's my wife. Hold on. First day of school. She's a school teacher, you see. Almost perfect start. Oh no. All right. Well, I'm hoping that we can get past the skeleton stage. There's like a couple of zones of complexity right now. The biggest one right now is running through the middle of this. There is a complexity zone on this side, and it stops right about here. I actually went and deleted the chart from down below, but this right here is where the complexity ends. So it's all in this big block right here. is part of the grid, and this part of the grid includes the nacelle. The nacelle I had before was about 900 pieces, just for one nacelle. Thanks, Waxos. I I do make a point of trying to make him as epic as possible. I mean, this is just one of the things that I love about this game, that we can get bigger than anything that we ever wanted. Plus, I actually like to build some of the smaller stuff too. But anyway, the what was I saying? So this was originally built with all wall pieces, but apparently the wall pieces give you actually take more complexity than the floor pieces. So I was experimenting to see the differences. So this is why you'll see this construction is slightly different than this one. This one is like perfectly smooth. You can't see a stud anywhere. Everything is right where it's supposed to be. But apparently this may be taking up too much space. So I'm fooling around with this one and seeing if it can actually give me not just space, but also the ability to build better and at least get like a better angle. Right now it's a lot tighter, so those come together real nice. But when I try to bring it down, that's where some of the complications actually, I can't decrease the size any further. So this is actually getting up there. There's no complexity back here. I can continue building back here no matter what. This is like just like, go on, build away my son, whatever. He's supporting peace, perfect. Over here, the complexity zone begins. Oh, you know, taking the shuttle out, I may have gained. Nope, there it is. That was wishful thinking. Complexity zone begins right there. So I can't build anything in here. I ejected my warp core last night, which was a huge mistake. See, there's the warp corridors. Ejected the warp core. I have no more warp core. This enterprise is not going anywhere. Sadness. Much sadness. So yeah, that's the end of that. Unless I can actually regain some pieces. I was thinking about taking out some of the big walls here, but I have to go and read what Lego Moxie and that guy from Neptune were saying about the sharing the different sizes. Because apparently a 16 by 16 piece shares the complexity across two zones, while a smaller piece like a 2 by 4 keeps that complexity within its own zone. So if that's the case, the question is like how some of these 4 by 8 walls share the complexity. Are they sharing it across the zones, or are they keeping it within this one area? Because if I can take, I don't want to destroy anything right now because it's hard to replace. But you know what? Here, let me take some off the nacelle, because with this, at least I know that it is shared across zones. So if I were to take off some, because the more that's attached to it, the more in a, blah 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 in a specific zone. You see, right now this here is attached to this zone, and this zone's attached to this. You know what? Maybe I should take this out. This shouldn't be here. This was an experiment. Nice bit of piloting there. No, stay over there. Stay over there. I broke so many pieces off that it's not funny. All right, you get over there. Get away. Okay, so now I've taken that out of these two zones. Where did I park the other shuttle? I parked the other shuttle over here. Question is, which zone is this in? Okay, that might be in a competing zone. So anything that I build in here contributes to anything 80 meters away. So I'm going to knock these out, and I'm going to move this a little further away, just to be absolutely sure. It's one of the good things about shuttles, is at least you can fly them away. And there's that lag. There we go. All right, back to the ship. Thank you, Ann Kitty, for all the plugs. All right, so let's see what effect that has had on the complexity zones. Remember, we just had the complexity zone starting right around here. Still there. So there's still a fair bit going on. Oh, here's the thing. We built right in the middle of the zones. It's so remarkable because you can come over here and build down here. But it's when you reach up here, I need a better piece for this. So up here, you can't build. You can build. It's when you get over a certain level that it doesn't allow it anymore because we are in a higher zone. So that's high, too high, too far forward. Down here is fine. So, and then over here, it varies. It's weird. It's like it's almost like it's following the landscape down below. So you have to take that into consideration as well when you're mapping your zones. Get it over a flat area. Otherwise, your zone is now suddenly higher because the landscape is higher as well. Something that you never really considered. I mean, you wouldn't think that that would be the case, right? It would just be flat. Nope. Down here, it's fine. But then you go forward, and then you can't do anything. Apparently down here is okay. What the flip, man? You're all over the place today. All right, let's go back inside. Okay, so um, my biggest thing. Okay, that was the mini tour. My biggest thing is about filling in these next, but I'm a little afraid of starting the. Oh, we have the airlock. I'm a little afraid of actually starting pretty much the rest of the salsa section because every piece that I place on here is going to affect everything else over here. And apparently, the 16 by 16 plates take more complexity than any other pieces. So I have to be careful. Yeah, it's complexity is the same in every map. It's just the chunks of where um, bills are placed. and how these are placed. I've managed to go and place my ship right in one of the complexity zones. Here, let me bring out my old diagram of how things are supposed to work. The old diagram. So that's one of the complexity zones. This is for Kathy's edification. And then this is another complexity zone. So these 4 squares are different complexity zones. My original aim was to take Enterprise and build it. Ooh, can I get a prop? I want a ship. Yes, there's a ship. Okay, my original aim was to take Enterprise and build it smack dab right in the middle here. But the thing is, Enterprise is not that small. You can only get oh, what are you doing so high? Okay, I see. Anyway, you can only get a ship of a certain size in the middle there, and that's not going to hit complexity. Now, most of the tests that I've seen have been pretty much stacking a bunch of blocks, and even if they went and built their bunch of blocks right in the middle there, they're still like right in the middle, and they're using one type of block. So what I wanted to do was take Enterprise, because Enterprise is big and it's sprawling, and I wanted to see the full effect on what that could be, how it would fare in a real world scenario. So this is Enterprise. Now it was supposed to be built right in the center. Due to a slight miscalculation and frustration, I actually ended up putting the Enterprise right there. Let me build a little model of it. Enterprise actually ended up starting right here. This is the that's the body there. So my complexity goes right up the center. I started my nacelles, and my nacelles do this little weird, here. My nacelles started this weird little thing where they exist in their almost entirely in their own zone. So back here is a completely different zone for each one. So I can actually build quite a bit here, but everything I do affects everything in the middle. But because this is in the middle, it's actually allowing me to go across 4 zones and do more. With the saucer section, we are now in kind of brand new territory here, because the saucer kind of, does its own thing. So, and it's out here in its own world, playing by its own rules. Let's see, nice little saucer. Yay, saucer. All right, so this is how Enterprise is currently sitting in these complexity zones. And you gotta figure out and just keep the balance of it, because when I put something here, it counts towards anything that's over here and here and here. And this is where the balance comes in. So it should technically be allowing us to maximize our pieces and get 4,000 pieces here in each zone, giving us 16,000 pieces here. Now there is an upper level that I have actually utilized as well, which is a 15-meter zone from the bottom. But I did a stupid thing, and this is something that I'm only realizing right now. Usually, when I build a ship, I build it on top of a mountain. And I never realized just how the topography really impacts it, because this topography has now shifted the zone from down here. This is 50 feet down here, and it brings it up. It doesn't continue under the ground, it follows the actual ground. So the topography changes, and it takes the complexity with it. So building over there has been a mistake, but it's one we're gonna have to rally with, because look at the ship; it's big. You just can't go and rebuild it. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone has actually looked at how topography um, impacts the complexity, but my God, there's so much going on. So anyway, yeah, this I hope this has been helpful and factual. So hey Boo Kitty, I will call you Booty Kitty before the end of the day. Just so you're aware. All right. All right. So let's get back into the build here. Sharice, does this mark your return? Tell me this marks your return. All right. Okay, we got a full house. We got Booty Kitty, we got Aunt Kitty, we got Sharice in there. Wounded Paws, Mr. Black. Let me give a shout out to everyone here. Mr. Black, Wounded Paws, Kathy, yeah, of course, Chris Carnage, Kaboom, Old Rooster, You're All Wax Sauce, Dirty Draws. Anybody, you guys, if Legion, hey, um, if any of this is sounding wrong, right, or whatever, just give me your thoughts. Let me know. I mean, I know there's a lot of research going on right now. Lego Moxie's out there researching his butt off with that Neptune guy. You go over to Reddit, and you can keep track of some of what's going on. But okay, so let's move back here 1 second, and I'll show you what's going on with the different sections of the roof. You guys remember on the Millennium Falcon, when we were initially setting it up, we had our wedges. This is what's leading to this right now. Yeah, but complexity is its own area of study. Okay, so we didn't have identical size wedges on the Falcon. On this one, we have close to the same size. Some of these are going to vary a little bit, and you can really see exactly how much they vary by looking when they get close. You can see over here, these are mainly the same. This one is different because this one is like right there, almost in the center. Oh, that is our center point. I never knew that. I never realized that. Huh. Interesting. But you can see how the center point is not really centered, because over here it kind of doesn't go straight in 90 or straight 0. It points up, so it's not even straight. And then here it expands a little bit, and then these are almost all equally spaced again until it gets to here, and of course this one. Now, one of the biggest things that I had to kind of work around was that this is 3/16 wide, so that's 48. At the top, however, this is only 32 wide, only 2 of them. So there's a huge variance going on from the start to the end, and that's just dealing with really big circles. So when you actually just use the 16 pieces and you take them around and around and around and around, it comes back fine. There's no variance going on. It's when you start to add 2 of them. You say you took 24 to get a big circle. You have to do that all at once. Otherwise, when you come back, it's gonna be weird. So I don't know, man. Fortnite science for the win. All right, so let's get a basic lesson in how we just add on our roof pieces, or pretty much anything else on here. So this is, what are we doing? All right, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Let's do a little bit of building, shall we? And yes, I'm leaning into the beard. This is currently our festival week. So I have to get out into the community over the next couple of days in the industry, and go to a bunch of parties and stuff, smile and nod and pretend that I like people. Work my people skills so that the people will like us and they will give us some more money, because that's what marketing is about, making sure that people like us. And even if they don't give us money, then they at least will remember us when we see them next. See them at the next party, they can go, "Oh yeah, you're that guy from that party." It's funny how this works sometimes. They may not remember your name, but you're that guy. You were at that party. You were in the circle. I know you. You're safe. It's this weird vetting thing that just goes on. So once you're in the circle, you're good. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit jaded about the whole thing at this point. It's just there's like so much gatekeeping in the industry. I work in film, you see, so it's kind of a constant thing. But it is what it is. And they do throw nice parties. I gotta say that. Mm-hmm. There we go. So, here we go. We got 3 and 3. Boom. Now, this is, we're going out 3 and then we're rising up. This is going to be interesting because this is something I've actually always wanted to see. And I am making the classic mistake right now. The classic mistake is that I should be working on the floor first and then anything else. But I'm not doing that, am I? Nope. No siree, Bob. I should be. Because the floor makes sense. Because you don't want to be cramped. But I think this is for my own curiosity and edification at this point. Ah, right. I forgot that. So to get a much faster rise, we shorten it. So 8, 8, and 8. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Yeah, so that's gonna be working nicely. There is one section where we're supposed to have like a light shining through, like right here. But I gotta figure that out and see if this rise is um, appropriate or not. So I kind of wanted to see more of what this is going to look like as it gets closer. So we are closing in on that wedge, and this wedge is going to kind of want its own space. So gonna really have to figure out the balance on everything here. This wedge shape is different than the other wedge shapes. It's gonna be a big pain in the butt. Okay. So anyway, my thing of advice is about, making sure that you do your floors first. So regardless of if this is going to go all the way around like this, as you can see, I've put some windows here, and I have the corridor. But the thing is, the corridor is not going to run the entire length of the ship. Otherwise, you're using up a lot of space here, and that is, someone can want a room there, like the captain's room, for instance. Is that in the saucer? But anyway, the captain may want a room on the actual ship, on the actual part of the ship here. So you want to make sure that he can be taken care of. I mean, after all, he's the captain. All right, in order to get down here, what did I do? I used the top beams as a way to get what I wanted. Come on. 1, 2. There. Take it to the red. Red. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, hold on. Castles in the sky. I've been listening to Gorillas pretty much all weekend. Such a good reminder of how awesome they are. I earned Murdoch. I was trying to get Murdoch, but then I realized that you can't actually buy Murdoch. You have to earn him. That's just the way things are. You have to earn Murdoch. And you can only earn him by doing the pass. So that's the way that goes. All right, next section we have to use machine block to get this next section. Because this needs to align to here. Seriously, dude? Why are you so difficult? All right, there we go. Attach to that, and then we can attach to this. And this is just about lining that up so that it touches the back exactly. So anything that I place now is going to be exactly aligned to this. Ta-da! Fortnite science, that works. Oh, come on. Why are you still there? 917. Anyway, I hope everyone had a good weekend. Did I say it already? I did, didn't I? I gotta get Kaboom into building some circles so that you can figure out some of these things, Kaboom. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, Cesar Cruz. I appreciate it. Live long and prosper. All right, so that piece is set up. And this actually allows us to use walls now that we have this area set. See? We can do our floors all the way around. Now, we do have to leave some places for wedges. So, we kind of have to map those in. I wish we had more wedges, but all we have right now are these bad boys. And of course, these. So we got this. Okay, that should stay. And you know what? Here, let me show you something, because this is such a useful, this tool has been my favorite. My absolute favorite. The wedge tool. Such a great thing. Best thing that they ever gave us. Or maybe not the best thing. If they gave us a fast way to, turn pieces, that would be like the greatest thing they ever gave us. But alas, it is not to be. Oh, oops. Let's get survival supernova. Now I'm using these 8x8 pieces instead of 16x16, because 16x16 shares their complexity across zones. Ooh. Is that the same level? Tell me that's the same level. Yep, okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh dear. Just gotta watch your placement sometimes. Huh. Funny how that goes there. Alright, and let's try this again. Get the wedge. Wrong one. It's not a wedge. What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. That's pretty tight. It's as tight as I've ever seen. Wow. Okay, next one. Toit like toiga. Back to supernova. Wish there was a way to just toggle back fast. There isn't. It's kind of very limiting. But anyway, you're gonna have to live with some holes in the floor until they give us more pieces, or whatever your solution is. But right now, this is it's really some of the best that we can come up with, or at least I can come up with. Each section is going to be different. You just got to treat it different and move forward. But you either get hung up over trying to fill space that you cannot possibly fill. Because it is literally impossible to fill it properly. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so I can use more of these 8x8 pieces. I know this technically I've used 4 of them to get the space of a 16x16, but I can really use more of these pieces collectively in this area. If I use a bigger piece, then like these big pieces on top here, I think these are feeding into the complexity. So let me see. Can I build here? I can't build here. So technically, I should be able to go ahead and use 4 of the 8x8s, and it will reduce the complexity over. Is that a 12? Is that a 12? Okay, it's not 12. Looks so small. But anyway, this should be eaten away at the complexity. This is the theory. And I really want to see if it's going to play out. So, oh, and the weirdest thing is that, of course, it really affects the pieces closest to the complexity zone. So since I know I have these big pieces here, I'm going to go ahead and knock them out. And watch for that zone to go back green. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? You guys have seen this, right? I still have some green zones. Sorry, some red. But it seems to be working, to be chipping away at it. So I need to use smaller. How do I track which pieces I've used? I can't. Aha! Now, where else have I used big pieces? Okay, so all over here, these are all big pieces. These are small pieces. Yep, those are fine. What, and you? You, sir? What are you? You are 12. Oh my God. The 12x12s. They work against it as well. All right, looks like I'm going to have a fair amount of fixing up to do. These don't have... they don't have the smaller, the 12x12. They only have the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's the same thing. I was counting how many 12x2 pieces versus how many 4x4 pieces, and it came out to the same number. So go figure. Okay, another big piece here. Just look for the scars. Pieces of scars. Okay. Let's see what else we got. 1, 2. We want to use 8s. And then we're going to go and check out our complexity zone and see if it is shifted. Because these are attached to that particular zone right over here where we have hit complexity. So this will be having the most impact here. So let's move forward in a straight line. Get rid of these guys. And see if the theory continues to hold true. I don't know why that works. Sometimes it just does. If your piece turns red, says must be aligned, sometimes just turn it. And it will go green. That's at least be consistent. All right, let's go check out the complexity zone. Cross your fingers. Son of a. All right. So it's not a catch-all. That's for sure. These are all 8 pieces, 8 by 8s. I can see that. Where else? Okay, so it's going to allow me to build here. But what is under here? Anything at all? I'd wanted to replace these smaller pieces. I'm going to have so many mismatched floors. It's not funny. I think I already knocked out a fair amount there. Yep, that's all 8 by 8. I see no scars. Unless I use the wrong... Okay, good. If I had used the supernova pieces, there wouldn't be a scar. So that's a good way to keep track of them. All right, let me see what's going on here. I'm not understanding why you're taking away. Oh, okay. Yes, it's very counterintuitive. Yes, that's exactly it, Wax Sauce. It's counterintuitive. It's absolutely 100% counterintuitive. You would think it would add more. So they keep telling us to build bigger pieces, but the way that this is calculating is that a, a 16 by 16 piece is shared across zones, all the connecting zones. So it actually impacts the zones around it. An 8 by 8 piece, a 4 by 4 piece, it only impacts its own zone. So it keeps its own complexity within its area, and it doesn't say, "Hey, since you're over there, I'm gonna join you, and we're gonna add to its complexity." So if you have a piece over there as 8, all of a sudden it doesn't become a 12 because you've now put down a 16 over here. So it keeps it at its original complexity number. It's it's so it's so weird, but it is bearing out, And we're just we're going into complexity as far as we can push it. I mean, like, I have built this deliberately to hit complexity. The number of pieces that I've added on here is insane just to get the complexity. Because these are like I said, these are almost like 1,000 pieces all by themselves. There's no complexity over here. Oh, hold on. What the flip? The zones are crossing massively. There didn't used to be complexity over here. Because that was its own zone. I think we are... Let me see what's going on. Okay, back here, we are in a new zone. This is fine, but the complexity zones are catching up. So 32,000 pieces may not be available on a ship that is spread out like this. That's a little disappointing. Rather, a lot disappointing. Okay, where was I? Yeah, what the flip? My best rendition of not swearing. Okay, guess we got to focus up and keep on going, keep on trucking. Now I am at the point where I'm thinking maybe I should do the bridge. I should just focus on just the bridge, because that makes me real nervous. That whole finding there, that complexity is spreading. If the nacelles were still in a safe zone, I wouldn't feel like this. But right now, I'm super nervous. Not gonna lie. There we go. Oof. Someone turned off the AC. My kids, I swear. Wax sauce. It makes you're all wax sauce. It makes sense from a perspective of density. The game can't break a piece. So when we use the larger pieces, we force it to remember. And then it's also being forced to add to the density of a build zone, where when you use the smaller pieces to make the same math, the game has options on zones and density. It's like using 2 braces instead of 1 to bear load in IRL architecture. Hey, are you an architect, Wax Sauce? I will be right back. I have to go turn on the AC. This is killing me, man. I mean, it was nice and quiet, but no. 73 degrees. Are you kidding me? Some very unreasonable psychopath had gone and turned my AC up to 73 degrees. Wow. Okay. $1 versus 100 dimes. Okay, Rooster. I gotta agree with you. Sometimes the math is just too much. But just give us more complexity, for gosh sakes. Is it really that hard? We deserve it, man. More complexity. Castles in the sky. I really have the gorillas playing in my head right now. It's almost glorious. Uh-oh. That's my wife. Let's see. 9:38. Okay, so she forgot her warmer for her lunch. Packed everything except the warmer. All right, we gotta bring this over, move it back, then move down. Huh, interesting how that sticks out there. An imperfect imperfection. I wonder. No, that's not gonna work. But I'm gonna try anyway. Oh. I guess it did. It's almost a replica of what I did before. Actually, it is a replica of what I did before. Exact same thing. So I did these windows like this mainly because this is the structure of the ship. With this, you can take it and fill it in. Because not every place is going to have a window. And of course, we don't have like 10 decks to deal with to show the different sizes of windows and everything. All we got is what we got. One deck to try to show, give the idea of the saucer without, you know, being completely slavish to what we have going on here. Now, this side is angled, so this will go. You want to put on windows, actual glass. Pop that bad boy on here. Oh, you know what? You should probably go from here. Give yourself a little bit of space. Pressure plate. 1 over 2. 2 is the maximum movement. Head over to your props. Then electronics. First order. Remember, this is where you can always find this prop. It's not in windows or walls, anything. It's always under electronics. Oh, too far over. What? Why are you so far out? Oh, are you the wrong way? Oh, you're the wrong way around. Of course you are. How did I do this before? Oh, okay. I guess I kind of close it off. And there they go. That was inaccurate. The large one. I'm sorry, for Taz. Here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't just laugh. But this is the this is the size of the ship. This is the size of Lockheed's lighthouse. It's honestly a good question, but it's a matter of perspectives. There's the smallest piece. This is the next big piece, 16. Then this is like the biggest piece that they have. And it does nothing. It literally does nothing. That big piece, the biggest piece there, I actually use that behind my deflector dish. So it's not really, it's not to scale. And it doesn't help with any of the angles whatsoever. It's just, it's just too small. Looking at this kind of scale, you have to make your own angles. So I'm sorry I laughed. That was very rude. Kind of shocked the heck out of me. So I do apologize. There are no bad questions. No, I'm sorry. I'm a jerk. That was kind of my wishful thinking as well when I first started. But I'm so jaded right now. I'm jaded. It's 9:46. Holy crap. And to think, I actually went ahead and built so much on this ship during the weekend so that I could actually maximize what I was doing here and showcase more than showing you all the drudgery that goes into this. Because, you know, oh, I was building a window, wasn't I? I was failing to build a window. Let's try to do it again, and this time in daylight. Oh, good. We still have our piece here. It's huge. Huge. Okay, there we go. Window. Let's get this the right way around this time, shall we? Oh, so that is dependent right now. Why are you dependent on that? You shouldn't be. You should be able to stick to the floor. Oh. Oh, okay. See, slight miscalculation here. this was done right on the edge of this. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to try to get to the edge. And this is too low, so I got to bring it up. Vertical alignment time. No. What is wrong with you? Ah, I have green. I don't know why I have green, but I have green. No, no green. Is that inside or outside? Green again. That looks to be the other way. Why are you so low? What is your problem, buddy boy? You know what? I can't figure you out. Okay, I am not figuring this out. I'm just going to leave it as is. Whatever, man. All right, so tomorrow we're not going to be back at the Enterprise. We may pop back to see what is up and see how far I've come. But tomorrow's mission, we're going to be building balloons. I've been promising this for a while, and Mr. Black has everything all set up and ready to go. So we're going to take a jaunt over to Mr. Black. And I have my new headphones. So we're going to take a jaunt over to Mr. Black's wonderful balloon world. His carnival. And I'm going to show you guys the full evolution of the circle. What Mr. Black has done over the past couple of months. Because while my circle is a fast build, he's been working on doing the circles for months right now. And what he's discovered is amazing. So huge props to Mr. Black for all of his work. I want to show you just how far you can take circles. In this game. I gotta take this over one. Alright, let's try again. Now, you can help me to choose what theme I should be building tomorrow for tomorrow's balloon. Any ideas what kind of balloon you guys want to see? I mean, like, I think Z Card has a Star Wars theme balloon. So, you know, I'm not doing Star Wars. And I don't have to do Star Wars. So let me know what you guys think. What theme should I do for the balloons? Oh, he's got so many balloons. He's been offering up the space for different builders to come in and build their own balloons, learning from his technique. So it's a technique he wants to share. it does take a lot of time. I'm like, oh my god, you should see the pushback I've been getting from people over on Reddit, and pretty much anywhere that I put the my little tutorial on how to build circles using this technique, which is a heck of a lot easier than anything Mr. Black is gonna show me tomorrow. And they're just complaining about the number of pieces that we got to use, how it's not free pieces, um, and it's just all these excuses to not build. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, so the difference between my my circles and Mr. Black circles, that Mr. Black circles are precise, and it is full Fortnite science. This what I've done is just like more accessible for a lot of people to get into, because you can actually go and use the different walls and everything without having to worry too much about swivels and everything bouncing back. It's more easily repeatable. So but I would never dream of building a hot air balloon using my technique. It's just, especially the hot air balloons with his specifications. They're beautiful. They're they work. They're precise, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it tomorrow. A Simpsons balloon. Oh my god. Oh, he uses so many swivels. Yeah, I know, Mr. Biz. You've been building like crazy, and I love to see it, man. I absolutely love to see it. Power Ranger. I'm not that big into Power Rangers. Maybe I can build a black balloon. No, just started building 3 months on ago. Still learn. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, for Taz, for FR Taz NW1. Is it for Taz? Man, that is so unpronounceable. Four I've done are clean so far. The green one's next. Oh, Super Nintendo Play Mario. Okay, nice. Competing with Haskins there. That's going to be quite a sight. Now, this is something that I never actually thought I would get to see in Lego Fortnite. I mean, I could have gone and built some version of the the saucer section before, but never like this. And I think getting the circle technique down has been integral to this. I mean, look, check this view. You look out the saucer and see the back of the ship. Ah, love it. Okay, let's head on over to the bridge. We're gonna have to build our way to the bridge. Nope, and I've lost my pieces. All right, what are we looking at? We are looking at Supernova. I know the floors are not Star Wars accurate. Don't at me, bro. But they are floors. And I don't want to use white all the way through. Plus, we don't have any red carpet. The gray didn't look right, okay? I'll just say this is Enterprise shape, um, but it is definitely my ship. My ship now. It is an Enterprise, not the Enterprise. Enterprise version D. No, not D. The Enterprise Z. So there. Floor is done. Anyway, I can get over to my bridge now. Nice big corridor. And where's my bridge? Oh, over here. Okay, here we go. Ah! All right. Captain's log. Supplemental. I'm the Mad Puck 66. I stream every day from. Oh, dang it. Let me try that again. I need to do something else here. It's 9:58, so time to check out. So I am going to do a proper exit. Said proper, dang it. Give me first order. All right. Add some J.J. Abrams flair. Flare. Lens flare. That's what we're doing. Come on, you have got to light up more than that. Are you kidding me? Fine, be that way. I'm just gonna have to put these in just for the shot. There we go. I'm the Mad Puck 66. I stream every day from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. You know. Oh, sorry, the camera's over here. So I'm the Mad Puck 66. I stream every day from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. when I have to run off to work. I build in Star Wars, Star Trek, as you can see. Sci-fi and fantasy. If it's sci-fi and fantasy, I am building it. So thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me. If you are new here, please leave a like. Subscribe, do all the internet things. We're gonna be building more of the enterprise and getting it as awesome as possible while exploring the limits of complexity. Because this is not just a cool build; it is a voyage of discovery. And I think Star Trek would appreciate that. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys make this so much more fun when you guys are involved and just being part of it. So, thank you for coming and hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow when we are going to jump over into Mr. Black's world and have a little bit of balloon frenzy. It's a balloon bonanza. No, not balloon bonanza. A balloon of ballyhoo. No, not quite. We're gonna get there. Just look for the title on the thumbnail. Anyway, thank you guys. I will see you later, Mr. Black. Looking forward to seeing your entire world. All the rest of you guys, come over to the Discord. Come over to Craftopia. Share your builds. There's also in the community section of YouTube, you can share some of your builds if you're a member of the community. So subscribe, come and share your builds. I will comment on every single one. So you guys, I will see you later. Time to go to work. Bye now. And here we go.